Great Grand Rising, everyone. Great Grand Rising. On my way out. Haven't shot a video in quite some time, but it's all right. Time for an update because the last video I put out was surrounding around the coronavirus. So, want to get something out there and speak about something that they are not talking about. And that is who is really being affected by the coronavirus. Who is really being affected? And it's amazing as we get into this that when you look at the stats, and I've been looking at the stats from the very beginning, there are virtually no infections in Africa. None. And also there was a scientist, I believe, in Europe somewhere, maybe Russia, that said that the quote-unquote African gene was not responding to the coronavirus. And it's important for us to understand who is really at risk here. There were virtually no coronavirus infections in South America, which I found extremely interesting. Every part of the world has had some type of coronavirus infection, and it's been affecting everybody. So, they're not talking about that the coronavirus is affecting certain populations and not affecting others. There is those reports are nowhere around. So, what can you do to really protect yourself from the coronavirus? And that is to follow the universal precautions. And if people don't know what the universal precautions are, most people who work in the service industry, medical industry, social service industry mainly as well, follow universal precautions, or supposed to be following universal precautions all the time. And that is never touch your face, really, while you're out and you're shaking hands with other people. Never really touch anywhere in this face because you have eye ducts, you have liquid coming out of your eyes, you have nose, you have your mouth, you also have your ears. So be careful how you're touching all the parts of your head that have orifices and liquids that can actually go into your system. Also, when you wash your hands, you're supposed to put, it doesn't matter if it's antimicrobial, whatever, but when you wash your hands, you're supposed to wash it at least for 30 seconds. 30 seconds, rubbing it around like this all the time for 30 seconds, all the way in, making sure you get underneath your fingernails. If you do it less than 30 seconds, the virus can stay on your skin, and it can subsequently infect you also. Also, I would recommend don't drink after anyone, right? Make sure that all of your toothbrushes, don't share toothbrushes and stuff like that. Don't drink after anybody. Even if you trust the person, I would say don't drink after anybody, because you never know what anybody else is doing out there while they're at work or at school or whatever the situation is. So don't drink after anybody, and make sure this guy almost hit me in the back here. A garbage can flying all over the place. Wind is crazy. Just make sure that you practice, making sure you know exactly who's touching your cups and your drinks and all that other type of stuff, and make sure it's only yourself. So following the universal precautions is extremely important. Cleaning with bleach. Don't clean your clothes with bleach. I mean, you can clean your clothes with bleach, but bleach is one of the only things that actually really probably kills the virus automatically. So that's extremely important. Making sure that your kids' clothes and stuff like that are washed as soon as they come home from school. Making sure that your clothes are separated as soon as you come home from work, especially if you work in the nursing industry, social service industry, anywhere where you have a lot of contact with people. Just make sure that that's done, right? So, with certain populations here in the United States, it's going to be interesting to see who's affected, who's not affected. But they are preparing for something major. And this is one of the major things that they could have been preparing for all along. But I also think that this one took a lot of people by surprise. It didn't take the people from Microsoft surprised, though, because as I reported before, back in November of 2019, they did a interesting study about the coronavirus and how they predicted it would kill about 60 million people on the face of the earth. Now, the last thing that I wanted to get into is about the strength of these viruses. So, you had the virus that you had with the swine flu. The swine flu, I think, infected less than 0.93% of its patients. You had SARS, which infected about maybe 2.2% of the people that got infected with it died. You had, and now you have the coronavirus. Well, you have Ebola. Ebola infected about 2.5% of the people who got infected with it. When I say infected, what I mean, when they got infected, they died. So with Ebola, 2.5% of the people who got infected with it died, right? With SARS, about 2% of the people who got infected with it died, right? Same with the swine flu. Those people remember the swine flu. People who got infected with it, it was highly infectious, but not many people died from it, even though a lot of people got infected with it. And it was less than 1% of the people, I believe, who got infected with the swine flu died. Now with corona is highly infectious. Right now, they're saying that the reports coming out of China and other parts of the world saying it's about 1.8% of the people who get infected with it die. But we really can't trust the reports coming out of China because China's been holding back a lot of information. So it's very important for you to understand how these viruses really affect you. So the SARS, the coronavirus, is probably one of the most highly infectious, easy to get viruses on Earth. So that's the reason why they're trying to curb it so heavily and contain it, is because once it gets out, it gets out. The thing about the Ebola virus, as it was spreading, the Ebola virus was starting to spread through the air because they wasn't sure how the Ebola virus was spreading from one area to another area, and other people didn't actually really have the Ebola virus. So this is serious. It's serious. How serious is it going to get? We'll see. We have China that had coordinated off over 40 million people, more than the people that's up there in Canada. Thank you, Canada. Hello, how are you guys doing? Canada's not reporting too many infections up there. I believe right now they have about maybe 3. The United States got about maybe 14, if not more. But, again, a lot of these reports, I had a report that there was about another 8 or 10 people in the state of New York on Long Island that was quarantined, but that was under, don't take my words for that, because that was a non-official report. It was a medical practitioner that was saying something like that. So we have to trust, if you can, the people who are giving out this information to keep us safe. Trust the information. Do you trust the information or not? I say, you have to listen to everything that's going on, follow universal precautions. You have an understanding now why the coronavirus is so dangerous and who it's affecting, right? And even if it's not affecting your particular population, make sure you're following the universal precautions anyway. I mean, I never really get sick. Never really get sick. On this new job that I have, there was a couple of people that got sick, and next thing you know, I ended up with some sort of a cough. So just make sure that you are keeping in a high vibrational state. You're saying good meditations. You're around good people, around good vibrations. And make sure that you keep your place clean. Nicely vented. Clean with bleach wherever you can. Clean your windowsills with bleach. Make sure it's during the daytime. Spray it with bleach, and you'll watch, there's a lot of mold and stuff like that gets up over there. Take your vitamins and be safe. So I just wanted to give that update. Love you guys. You guys, and if you get a chance, take a look at my other channel. I'll send out some special stuff on there. We're doing a very large study on the Emerald Tablets and on the creation of life. Very important stuff. Take a look at that. Subscribe. Look out for more information. We're going to be talking about the stock market and its major drop of over 1,000 points, 1,500 points, I think it was, in one day. And it just doesn't seem like the world is coming to an end, as like some other time. So, there's reasons for that as well. All right, peace, y'all. I got to get out of here.